The Curse of Oak Island. The workforce finds robust proof of a pre-Columbian go-to the island. The Curse of Oak Island workforce was nonetheless in Italy for this week's episode, and so they discovered robust proof of a voyage by sailors near Templar Knights to the realm of Oak Island practically 100 years earlier than Columbus reached America. Rick Legina and the blokes had been in Italy to analysis the long-held idea that members of the medieval order of Templar Knights hid treasure and historical Christian relics on Oak Island. The Templars had been a strong order charged with defending Christians within the Holy Land. However, originally of the 14th century, they fell from favor and had been persecuted and disbanded. The guys now consider that the Templars transported a quantity of treasure from Jerusalem by means of Italy, France, and Scotland, and at last deposited it on Oak Island lengthy earlier than Christopher Columbus's notorious voyage. Rick and the blokes met up with Professor Andrea Perobilant on the American University of Rome, the place they realized concerning the voyages of the Zeno brothers, who many consider traveled to North America within the 1390s. Sign up for our publication. Perobilant, and professional on pre-Columbian voyages to America, defined that Antonio and Niccolo Zeno had been two service provider sailors from Venice who sailed as much as Scotland and the Faroe Islands looking for commerce. The Zeno brothers then met up with and commenced working for the Scottish prince, Henry Sinclair, who was referred to as a Templar Knight sympathizer. Some historians have beforehand credited Sinclair with touring to North America with saved Templar treasure. However, Perobilant produced a map created by a Zeno descendant in 1558, which confirmed the Zeno brothers' voyage. And extremely, the map reveals a fringe of Newfoundland and Nova Scotia. The professor additionally revealed one other map from the late 17th century that truly credited Antonio Zeno with discovering Canada. The guys noticed this as clear proof that people linked with the Templar Knights may have visited Oak Island within the 14th century. The Oak Island workforce wasn't completed there, although they headed to an outdated Templar church within the city of Viterbo to look at the symbols on the partitions. Here, they got here throughout a carving of a cross with 4 dots, just like the notorious Aho stone. The Ho stone, discovered on Oak Island within the 1920s, was regarded as a marker and was so called as a result of it featured 2 symbols that appeared like an H and an O, with a cross and 4 dots in between. Templar Knight professional Gianluca de Prospero instructed the blokes that the cross with the 4 dots image was utilized by the Knights to point historical relics had been positioned close by. Alex had a brainwave when he discovered a carving on a pillar that learned HIC and was knowledgeable that hic means here in Latin. The youthful Legina famous the similarity of the carving to the one on the HO stone and speculated that the Oak Island stone may very well learn, here is Templar treasure. It's an interesting idea and undoubtedly one which should be additionally explored. Meanwhile, again on a more and more rain-soaked Oak Island, winter is quickly approaching. The Dumas Mining Company finally reached and secured the bottom of the backyard shaft. Marty Legina and Charles Barkhouse traveled 82 feet all the way down to the underside, the place they had been each blown away by the thrill of really getting beneath floor within the money pit space. Marty stated, "The treasure hunt begins now."